The race to escape a country in a state of virtual anarchy. Several countries, including the U.S., continue to evacuate their citizens from Haiti as dangerous gangs keep control of the capital. But Haitians left with few options, taking to the sea and often risking their lives to flee the violence. Since the latest escalation of violence last month, the Bahamas Royal Defense Force says they've interdicted several vessels carrying nearly 400 Haitians, one boat packing 122 migrants, including 11 children. In the U.S., Florida Governor Ron DeSantis deploying an additional 250 state officers and soldiers, as well as helicopters, aircraft, drones, and boats to try to prevent an influx of migrants by boat that would add to an already overwhelmed immigration system.
People should just know if you want to come to Florida with those types of designs, you're trying to come illegally, we have an unprecedented array of assets that are in the sea right now. That are not going to let that happen.
NBC News riding along with Florida's National Guard on one of the patrols over the Florida Keys.
What we typically expect is more of the boats that are coming from Haiti to come up from this direction towards the upper Keys and even into Miami proper.
These guardsmen patrolling the waters daily along the coastline that faces Haiti and also Cuba, getting a bird's eye view of the routes often taken by migrants.
We're flying at about 500 feet above the water. Haiti is in this direction. You can see the water where it gets steep. Now, vessels could be coming from that direction. This aircraft is equipped with cameras that can spot them at really far away distances. We just saw a freighter that's about 9 miles away.
Battalion Commander Lieutenant Colonel Brian Cooper leads one of the teams here in the Florida Keys.
Our mission is detect, identify, and then report.
He believes the stepped-up patrols appear to be working.
Have you found any vessels since March 13th that you identified as vessels that came from Haiti?
We have not. And I would probably say that's a biggest thing to deterrence.
Current weather conditions make it easier for vessels to take the journey, but with hurricane season just a few months away, the National Guard is preparing for harsher waters.
Our mission not only is to detect and identify, but at the end of the day, search and rescue for not only personnel that are tourists or Florida citizens, but also those that are trying to come in illegally.
And with no end in sight to the violence in Haiti, a desperate solution for many is 700 miles away, a journey filled with danger and sometimes deadly challenges, much like those they face at home.
Guad Venegas joins us tonight from the Telemundo Center with more. So, Guad, these patrols you just showed us there in your report, they're just one of the layers of enforcement taking place on the water. What other ways are they policing the coast right now?
Tom, there's a lot of resources being focused on this. The Florida Division of Emergency Management is coordinating a multi-agency effort. This includes the state troopers, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, which, by the way, they have their own airplanes and their own boats, and all of them also coordinate with the Coast Guard, who's got its own boats and its own airplanes. So a lot of resources focused on these efforts. And when you think about the money being spent, that helicopter we went on can cost between $10,000 to $20,000 to operate daily, and that's only one of the helicopters being used to patrol that Florida coastline. That is, again, a lot of resources being focused on this, Tom.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.